Hello, everybody. Ella J here on behalf of WrestleZone, and today I am joined by the 6 foot bombshell, Gemma Jewels. How are you today?
Hi, I'm doing amazing and so good to see you again. How are you?
I am so good to be catching up with you. Like we were talking a bit
Yeah,
off air, it's been like 4 years since the last
yeah,
time we talked. You were very, very green back then.
my
And
debut.
now
Yeah,
you've got some gold with
I
you.
do
Just
indeed.
just
It's
very
heavy.
recently. Oh, that
It's
you know what? That's a good
heavy.
thing. You know
Yeah.
what? It's heavy, for all those years that nobody was holding it, they were saving it for you. I'm talking
Absolutely.
about the Deep
Had to
South
be.
Women's Championship, which you just won like 10 days ago.
Yeah,
So
it's
very
nuts.
recently, you defeated Audrey Allen at
Uh,
DSW Impact. So first of all, take us back to that match. What were your emotions feeling in that moment, defeating her and also the title match itself?
Yeah, well, we were Audrey got like thrown into the scene and had to pick up stuff quick. I don't know if you've
Yeah.
ever talked to her about it, but it's somebody actually approached her one day and said like you look like a wrestler, and then she was like, "Oh, do I?"
Ah,
She had never been into it or anything.
yeah.
And I'm super impressed by how far she's come in just like 2 years. She was basically like her first match was like a tryout for NWA. It was a whole thing, right? So being thrown into that, whereas it took me just because my ups and downs with different training schools and everything else. It was just so like it took me a while to truly debut, and I started talking to you after that. So
Mm.
now, yeah, that the match definitely nerves for sure.
Yeah.
Even though it's the home place that we always run, and I'm used to the people, I'm still, the bitch at the end of the day. I'm the heel, so but I get like both of us were getting cheered at different times, and the energy was just great. I was talking to Ernest Cat Miller in his podcast about it last night. Yeah, he said the same
Yeah.
thing. He was there. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was really historic because, like we said, there was a lot of years where nobody was holding it. It was
Hmm.
defunct, vacant for about 40 years, with Joyce Grable
Right.
being the last to hold it, I believe, in 1987. So almost
Yeah.
40 years. So
Yeah.
what is the significance of that? What does that mean to you being the first in kind of this new era? And I think a really prestige because when you think of like wrestling, like old school territory days, like Deep South was definitely a big one. So how does
Hmm.
that feel for you from a significance standpoint?
Just unbelievable, like surreal, really. I know everybody says that and it's corny and stuff. I mean, I have been a championship
Yeah.
champion before, but it's different when it's your home promotion. And that's kind of where I really grew up with wrestling, as far as in my career is what I mean.
Yeah.
That's where I finally was able to really put some added, seriousness into this and more drive and weight loss and new gear. And I had these goals, and sure enough, it definitely came back, to me. So full circle, and it's great. And I'm glad I got to meet Joyce before she unfortunately passed away.
Yeah.
So that was great, and getting to know her a couple times when Belladonna was like running and stuff. So that's where I would see her. So I'm honored to carry on that tradition and kind of start a new legacy for myself too. So.
Yeah, Deep South has definitely been, I feel like, a big part of your career, like you said, kind of your
Hmm.
home for the last couple year or two. And kind
Yeah.
of, well, now you're the face of the women's division, this newly
Right.
revived division. So I'm curious, how has your experience been working there? Like, in what ways have you found yourself improving through working in Deep South?
Well, I think that sometimes it's just easier if I'm in kind of like a smaller group and almost a
Yeah.
one-on-one even setting sometimes, because it's a lot less pressure. I think I felt a lot of pressure of everyone around you just being so good at it and just picking it
Yeah.
up, and it wasn't the case for me. And I'm wondering like, why is that not the case? Blah blah blah. What am I doing wrong? And I began to simplify it and make it easier, and then I ended up just I was just going to work a couple shows with Deep South, but I think ultimately Eric Adams, the booker, is one of my closest friends. He
Yeah.
was he said I wanted to heal is basically what he just said. Like he was building some sort of brand in Atlanta and wanted somebody for that, and they kind of shaped me to be that way, and I'm very grateful because he's taught me a lot. And Nick Patrick obviously too is incredible. So it's just he has a final say on everything. He is
Yeah.
involved and he helps with the training. So he's kind of like, they say things that you're just like, what? I never would have thought of that. Wow, no way. So it's been awesome. A great journey and I'm super proud.
Well, I was going to ask you, obviously, you started training under QT Marshall and Glacier, and now
Hmm.
you're training with Eric Adams and Nick Patrick. What are
Yeah.
some things like or advice that you've taken from Eric and Nick that has really stuck with you thus far?
Well, I think it goes without saying that a lot of wrestlers and a lot of us aren't taught footwork, and it's really all
Yeah.
footwork and it's everything. So that was a game changer for me, literally, complete game changer as far as that goes. So that was a lot of it. Also, I was never really taught to work for my big size, to be honest. Not really special, like customized type of
Mm.
training. So it was a little bit more general, and that's fine. But it also hindered me from finding that I don't have to take bumps as much, and it means something, and how to do that, and how to work for my size because it's a rarity to be tall. In the women's scene
Yeah.
nowadays, most of the time, so half the time, I am working down, and I always was, and so they helped me a lot kick those habits and just made it's about moments. That's what both of them always say. It's just about moments.
It's
They're
so
not going
funny
to
that
remember every move, but it's about moments.
it's so funny that you say that because I think it was just yesterday or 2 days ago, Kevin Nash was talking because Raquel Rodriguez is also like 6 feet tall.
I love her.
And
Yeah.
one of his like constructive criticisms was that she was working down, working too small, whereas she
Right.
should be working up and working bigger,
Hmm.
and like staggering, like move your hands staggering back instead of like closing herself.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so is that something, how have you kind of adapted to that process of trying to change something maybe you're used to working small to
Yeah.
trying to be bigger? How has that transition
It
been
at
for you?
first it was like really you're used to working down and they'll be like stop, lock up again, lock up like you mean it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like really, really so it's really also just about putting more emphasis into things, but also having fun in a sense. So it was kind of an easier habit to break in that sense. Once I got a little bit more smart about the ring and my positioning and my feet and how everything matters, the little things matter, then it was that much easier to then develop into working bigger and just finding, you know, decorating is what I call decorating around moves and things like that. So it was a little bit weird at first, but I'm sure I'm definitely there now. So I'm standing all the 6 feet.
Yeah, things take
Yeah.
time, and there's all different sizes and shapes and wrestling and out there. And
Yes. And you
that's the
need that. Absolutely.
beauty too of the indies. There's so much like creative, there's like a
Mhm.
variety of everything, and you have that freedom to experiment, whether it's
Yeah.
character or psychology and stuff like that. And you seem to be one who likes continuing to learn and improve yourself, would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry, how did you phrase the question again? I'm sorry.
Just
Is
basically that you're always eager to continue learning and improving yourself.
Yeah, I actually just thought about that even before this interview started. I was like, am I ever gonna I literally asked myself like earlier, I'm like, am I ever gonna slow down in this? Because now now I'm gonna is the time to pick up speed.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's always interesting. But I definitely so I would love that, to always continue. I mean, you never stop training, you never stop learning. That's for damn sure. Especially just watching, keeping up with things and seeing the women get more and more opportunities as well, and just where it's going, and it just sky's the limit. It's been phenomenal. It's been great to watch.
You mentioned women getting opportunities.
Yeah.
I will be in your home base of Atlanta this weekend for
Oh,
Evolution. I've never been to Atlanta, so
that's why you mhm.
I selfishly kind of want to know, like, do you have some recommendations for some eateries or places that we should visit when we're in town?
That's why you said Waffle House, and
Yes, it
I
is.
highly recommend
Yes,
that.
it
I don't know
is.
what you guys have, but there's a Waffle House every 3 miles, like here. And it's
We
good.
don't
It's
have any where I
great.
live, so
Where do
everybody
you
keeps
live?
talking about it. I live in Buffalo, New York, so like upstate near
Oh,
Canada. Like I'm like 15 minutes from the Canadian border.
my
We
friend's
have
from Buffalo. Yeah.
yeah, we have no Waffle Houses here. We don't have a lot of the things that the South has, so I'm so
Wow.
curious.
Yeah, well, honestly, in downtown Atlanta, there's a lot of in that general area because there's
Hmm.
a lot of things that come through. There's like the CNN Center. That's fun. That has a couple
Yeah,
restaurants in it. And it's walkable. It's all near State Farm. And it would be a short Uber ride, basically.
yeah.
So any of those kind of places or like breweries, beer garden, there's Stats Brew Pub is the one, it's right by State Farm, and that
Mm,
is it's called Stats. I mean, it's definitely a sports bar,
yeah.
and it has nicer upscale food, and I like it. I really like it a lot. A lot of people go there for pre games and stuff. So I'm hoping to go to Evolution. I'm gonna try to get a ticket still. I just am waiting on something, and we'll see. We'll see if I might be able to get a hookup for a ticket or not. So,
Well, maybe I will
but I'm
see you
hoping to be there.
there. You will have to
Yeah.
let me know, Miss Ma'am. You have
Yes,
to
I
let me
definitely
know.
will. I will go to eat with you. We'll go to eat Waffle House.
You know what? I'm down for it.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, and well, we from what I hear, we might get to see some action there too, some physicality.
Hey, that too. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That's
Oh my
always a
gosh.
possibility. You've seen all the videos and everything. So
Hmm.
yeah, you might get a couple shows this weekend.
Yeah.
So,
I've noticed just scrolling through your social media, you seem to be
mm,
you're still a fan at heart of everything. I see you tweeting about AEW, WWE, like all the products all the time.
yeah.
So, I mean, since we're talking about Evolution, I've seen you've been keeping up with it. Like what are you
Mhm.
most looking forward to seeing if you do end up going?
Um, I would love to see Nikki, but I'm happy to see her back. I really am.
Yeah.
I love her. And then Trish and Tiffany because and anything Charlotte does. I love my blondes. And
Same.
Tiffany is one of like my idols, and so is Charlotte. And I've also kind of started emulating Charlotte in the ring a little bit as far as like her clotheslines because mine, for instance, like mine were always looking so I just couldn't really get it right.
Mhm.
Whereas when she does it, it's more of like a hit and go down with you and bend forward. And
Yeah.
so I've caught myself multiple times doing that in matches, and I'm like, "Yay!" It's rubbing off on me, so I'm doing it subconsciously. So any of that, I'm really excited about. It'll be an interesting team too, Charlotte and Alexa, but I think it'll work. It's good to have her back.
Yeah. I'm
Or
a
what about
big
you? What are you
I
looking to
mean, I
see?
got Charlotte right here. I'm also like a Charlotte girly at heart. So I'm
I always will be. I don't care what anybody says.
same,
She's a
same.
queen.
I love her so much. I'm looking
I
forward
do.
to Charlotte and Alexa. Um, let's see. I mean, Rhea and Io. I was there when Io beat Rhea in person, so that's always like a
Wow.
banger of a match. I don't like. Is Rhea
It
gonna finally beat
yeah,
Io? I'm really excited to see that. Maybe Bianca comes
yeah.
back then. I don't know.
Right. I
Um,
forgot about that matchup. They did the production so great last night on Raw to build that.
yeah.
That's going to be great no matter what. Love Rhea. Love Rhea.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like just a winner, just like going. I didn't get to see the first one, but I love women's wrestling, and I was like, I have to
Me
go. I
too.
have to go to
Yeah, me
Atlanta.
too. I was so happy to see it again. It's only a couple years later,
Yeah, 7 years.
which
Oh my
hope
God.
yeah, hopefully we can fix that. But I'm super excited, so I'm going to do everything I can to get
Mm-hmm.
there and see what I can do. So
Hmm. I
yeah.
mentioned Bianca Belair. I want to know how you ran into her in LA Knight at the NASCAR 2023.
No,
How did
that
that
was
happen?
so that actually was not NASCAR. It was a
Okay.
trade show,
Ah,
National Association of Convenience Stores called
okay.
NACS. It's every
Oh,
four
okay.
years. It's one of the funnest trade shows ever because everything is it's gas station stuff. It's like candy, toys, so much great food. It's a blast. Energy drinks, all these companies. And my brother is in trade shows. My dad was in trade shows 35 years, so
Yeah.
I typically work them on occasion. So I worked it, and literally I'm just going up the stairs, and they're just walking like they're coming down the escalator while I'm walking like up the stairs, and I was like, I
Yeah.
literally I'm like, they're just not nonchalantly just standing next to one
Yeah.
one another going down there. Because I know Montez was there for Slim Jim. They're all there for Slim Jim.
Oh yeah,
So, and doing
yeah.
appearances. And John Cena was a guest speaker, not for Slim Jim, but he did a whole thing. So they really presented with that. But I literally was like, oh, LA Knight. And I did like a double take, and then
Yeah,
he
yeah.
he looks at me kind of like, like, hey, it's me. It was awkward. I was like, LA Knight. Oh, Bianca Belair. I didn't even see her back there too. She's so teeny. And I was like, oh God, you have to stop them and get a quick picture. They were great. They were so nice to meet, and that was a lot of fun, for sure. Slim Jim had an insane booth,
Really?
crazy. Yeah, they always have some fun stuff going on. So that was so fun.
That's so random, but like that's the
Yeah,
beauty
right.
of like wrestling is like transcended. It's not just like this little thing anymore. They got freaking they got stuff with Slim Jim, C4, like video games,
Yeah,
like there
yeah,
it's so cool to
everything.
see these all these
Yeah.
different worlds intertwined.
Hmm.
But kind of speaking of that, another beautiful part of that we mentioned worlds intertwining, you got to channel your inner Sailor Moon at the Level Up Expo. I love Sailor Moon, so I
Oh
was so
gosh.
happy to see that. How
Yeah.
was your
Thanks.
experience, one, wrestling in a Sailor Moon costume, but then also channeling your inner Sailor?
If you saw any of the matches. So what happened, I was supposed to do Power Girl.
Ah,
It just would make more sense, but
mm-hmm.
I could not find really anything. And it was getting closer and closer to the date. Everything was so small, it seemed, and it was too much of a roll of the dice coming
Hmm.
from Asia, not knowing if that's gonna fit my 5'11" ass. And I'm broad shouldered, big chested, whatever. So I didn't want to take the chance. It was too much money. So
Hmm.
I went ahead and just ordered Sailor Moon, because that was my go-to, and I loved her growing up. I did. That was a
Yeah.
popular one. So I ordered it. I'm still kind of ordering how I used to look, and it was a little big. I don't know why I thought that it came with like a belt or something, but it
Mhm.
didn't. So super loose. Thank God for Aria Perkins, or the Aria Blake spoiled brat, if you know Aria. Um, she loaned me some like boy shorts that were perfect. Actually, I was staying with her and TJ out there, and
Mhm.
they're like red and they're shimmery. They're perfect. Because if it weren't for that, like when I did my first match there, the first one of that weekend, I it flew up so high, and I'm wearing an
Mhm.
actual bra, not a sports bra, my
Oh
real
my
bra, because it's
God.
white and
Yeah.
it would be see-through, and it just shot up, and it almost went, it did. So a lot of people probably got a show for sure. I tried my best,
Yeah.
double up in the tights and the whole thing. So that was a little airy, but overall, no, it was fun, and I absolutely love Versus. They were great to work with. I had so much fun, and I had just such a good time. Just really a
Mhm.
great community. They have the contract for it, so I think they'll be doing it a couple years in a row now, maybe the next five or so, I've heard.
Mhm.
And it was great, just super professional. I love Wes, I love Kara, and I'm super excited. So I hope they have me back next year because I loved it, everything.
Seems like it was a lot of fun too. It was in Vegas too, I
Yeah.
think. So there's a lot of characters all around there, Sin
Yes.
City. Are you a like anime fan in general? Like honestly, the only anime I like is Sailor Moon, or if you count Pokemon, but like other than that,
Yes.
I'm not like really much into
I'm
it.
not into it at all.
Okay.
I just no, don't feel bad. I loved Sailor Moon when I was little. I guess
Mhm.
she really got over with young girls.
Yeah.
I loved her, and always, but it wasn't so much about. I mean, yes, it was about anime, but there were a lot of other really cool creative costumes too. Just fun stuff,
Mhm.
from movies and things like that. Like one of the wrestlers there wore like the Dumb and Dumber tux,
Oh
one of
yeah.
them.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
the blue or the orange one. It was great, and it was awesome. So I feel better knowing that it can be a little bit more. It doesn't have to be anime, but
Yeah.
I know that Wes had told me as a promoter, he was like, I think they want anime like all 3 days this year. But on the final day, we were all allowed to wear our own gear and stuff. And again, great shows, great energy. So really hope to go back.
Seems like a lot of fun. You're gonna have to start thinking about
Yeah.
what you're gonna be next year then. Are you
I
already
yeah,
thinking
and get
about
it.
it?
was when I was down there. Yeah. Now I'd have to just say I probably could do Power Girl. I wanted to. I really did. It just I needed more time and I procrastinated. It was on me.
Well,
But I still
luckily you got a
didn't
bunch
find
of
shit I
time now.
oh, excuse me, sorry. I
You're
didn't
good.
I still didn't find stuff that I trusted on there. So
Okay.
I wasn't ready to spend the money and it be
Yeah.
wasted.
Yeah. Well, luckily I think you have a bunch of time now, but I'm also a
Yes.
procrastinator, so I get it.
We will see. Yes. Absolutely.
From Las Vegas to Punta Cana, I'm jealous that you got to go to the Dominican Republic. Please tell me about your trip so I can live vicariously through you,
Oh
please.
man, that was great for the Super Bowl. That was so much fun. That is my professional job. I'm in sales. I'm in sports marketing. I sell ads for all major college and pro for their game
Hmm.
days. Programs and things they hand out with like ticket packages. So if you sell a certain amount, you get to go on an incentive trip. So Punta Cana was one of them. That was like my sixth or my fifth.
So
They're
you're
just
a regular now there. You
they're
already
a
know,
blast. They're
yeah.
so fun. Yeah, I know. And I'm way behind on this one, but you never know. We'll see. But the last one was in Aruba. But the Dominican is gorgeous and it's perfect. It's really safe area. I liked the resort a lot and it's just such good weather. We're in January, so it's not too hot.
Yeah,
Catamaran's a
like now.
blast. The wind at night, it's beautiful. I
Mhm.
love the DR. Absolutely love it.
What was the most like adventurous or fun thing that you did there?
I went twice.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first time we went, we were staying at the new Margaritaville Hotel. It was
Hmm.
unbelievable.
Sounds so
We all got our
fun.
own rooms. That was my best trip, and it was my first
Hmm.
one. And I was so nervous. I was the only one in my office besides one other kid that qualified, but he couldn't go because his passport couldn't get done in time. I, um, it just was incredible. I think so. We would go out on the boat. It has snorkeling, and then it's the
Hmm.
catamaran. And then there was that, and what else? And we go to Coco Bongo, which is insane. They have them in Cancun. They have them everywhere. It's a
Hmm.
crazy show. Um, just it's like an acid trip. Really, it's just it's the best way to describe it. It goes from one skit to the next, like the costumes, everything. It's awesome. They're great. So highly recommend. It's in Cancun, it's in Aruba, it's in everywhere.
Is this
Dominican.
how I know you went to Puerto Rico too. Is this part of that or that was that just like for
Puerto
fun?
Rico's one
Okay.
too. Yeah.
Okay.
I've gone to Dominican twice, Nashville, Vegas. Sometimes they do stateside ones. Vegas was awful.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then Puerto Rico and Aruba. Seven, six? Dominicans twice. So seven trips, I think. I don't know. I don't know.
You know what? It's a good problem to have that you lost count because
Is.
that
I
means you're
know. I'm
having
not trying
fun.
to brag. I'd have to recount. But they haven't all been the best. I didn't really like Aruba. It's hot as
Hmm.
hell, and you can actually feel your skin like sizzling. It's closer to the equator. It's was not very good. It's very dry. It's just hot, man.
I guess dry
Uncomfortably
is better
hot.
than humid, but still.
It's a little bit of both. Yeah.
Okay.
It's still with that comes the humidity. Yeah, but it wasn't my favorite really.
Yeah.
But I think yeah.
That's the one thing I will say I'm not looking forward to this weekend is I don't know, maybe Atlanta has dry I don't think you have dry humidity. I would hope, but you probably don't. It's
I
probably hot as
don't
hell.
know. I mean, it's humid after it like rains and stuff, sure, yeah. But that's really it. Like it's not
Okay.
naturally humid.
Okay.
But it's just hot. I
Yeah,
hate
girl, I
heat.
know.
I'm like
So do
sweating
I.
thinking about it.
So do
I
I.
run hot. Yeah, I run hot. So every night, like I have the contour cube, like the ice facial every night. It's amazing. I'm always doing that. So I hate the heat. It's been
Girl,
awful.
same.
You can't
Same.
even lay by the pool. You're like about to pass out.
You're
You
dying.
gotta be
I
in the
get it. Like
water. It's like
I'm over
warm.
this heat wave. I am ready for fall. I don't know
I am a
about
fall
you,
winter
but
girl.
same.
I was born in January in a blizzard in Massachusetts, and so my parents barely made it to the hospital.
Oh my God. Well, thank
Yeah,
God they did.
I know, supposedly, but um, but yeah, I think that
Hmm.
I run hot, so it's
Hmm.
awful. But I think you'll have a great time. I don't know if we may get some rain. We get more than Seattle apparently during the summer. Yeah, supposedly. It's
Oh,
just been a
we'll
rainy
see.
summer.
We'll see.
So,
I welcome the rain, so honestly, I'm okay with that.
okay.
Um, but we'll see. Since we're talking
Sounds
about
good.
places, where can the fans see you in the next few weeks, places and promotions?
Yeah, well, if you're in Atlanta, I don't really have anything coming up outside of Georgia right now.
Okay.
Not for lack of trying, I'm putting things out there. I actually am gonna try and do a quick stint at OVW here soon. Go back. I loved it, and I have the green light to go back, and I really like Maria and working with her, so I'm super excited. And just I kind of wanted to just really um get myself together, get gear, lose weight, lost 30 pounds in a little under a year, and just doing better with that. So that's it. But yeah, I'm we run the third Sunday of every month, free show, family friendly at New Realm Brewing in Atlanta on the Beltline. Easy to get to and easy parking. And where else? We're going to be doing the Gwinnett Striper show. That's going to be Saturday, July 19th. That was a blast last year, so that'll be fun. And then we also have coming up, which one? I think I'm going to be doing a different promotion. I think it's a Sunday. I can't remember it's my first time working for them. They're in Alpharetta.
Okay.
But yeah, that'll be fun too. So otherwise, just if you follow Deep South Wrestling on Facebook or Instagram, all the dates and everything are posted. We run it New Realm Greenville. We have a lot of different kinds of things. We're trying to go to Virginia Beach here soon too. So
That would be
all the
really
locations.
fun.
Yeah,
That would be really
absolutely.
fun. Oh my gosh. To close things out, like we said at the beginning, it's been about 4 years since the last time me and you chatted. A lot has changed.
Wow.
A lot of
Yes.
growth has also happened in that time. So within the last 4 years, what would you say is your proudest performance from an in-ring standpoint?
Do you mean like a specific match
Yes.
or I think for me, I keep umming, sorry. I guess a big one for me, obviously the title match, meant a lot to me, but I got to work with Carolina Cruz.
Yeah.
And right around the time that we brought in her boyfriend, Brian Pillman,
Yes.
to work at Deep South, we do have a working relationship with NXT. And for me, that was the only one of the times that I have been in the ring with somebody that has been a part of that before. So I thought that I may not, in a sense, I had a little anxiety about it and didn't know if I measured up enough but it went really well, and she's a great person and made me, not nervous about anything, and it went really well. That and working with T Gaines, Taylor Gainey, if you're familiar, she's amazing and one of my favorite people to work with. We have incredible in-ring chemistry, and she also we did the little 5 points Halloween
Yeah.
parade last year. We did the parade and then we did the wrestling. I didn't wrestle both nights. I wrestled Sunday night to wrap things up. And it's probably the most amount of people I've ever wrestled. It had to be 1,500 or more easily. There's a drone video. I could send it to you later that you can
Yeah.
kind of see. And that crowd, there was nothing like it. They were all right around the ring, but within a good distance. They cheered just for everything. We were so in the zone. We were so with each other. We got insane reactions, and that was truly one of the best moments of my life. That really was. It's hard to top that one.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
fingers crossed you get something even bigger. You want to go on that elevation
Yeah, we'll be
that
doing
you
the parade again this year too.
yeah.
So,
That
mm-hmm.
sounds like a lot of fun. And obviously we wish all the best for you, the new
Thank you.
DSW Women's Champion, Deep South, the
Yeah,
first
and
in
you
40
too.
years. So absolutely, she's got the gold. But Gemma, before we let you go, please let the listeners know where they can find you online and support you.
Yeah, subscribe to my YouTube, Gemma Jewels. It's all under Gemma Jewels, and
Yeah.
I have a Facebook fan page now that I'm trying to do better and keep up with, and post a lot of this kind of stuff on it. So that's just Gemma Jewels, Gemma, Jewels, Jewels. I have to spell it. Some people are like Jenna and Gemma Jewel, and
Aw. Yeah, yeah.
And my Instagram is still ZOE_W101. because I'm debating creating a new one or switching it over, but it's
Mm,
okay. I'm Zoe. So,
yes, she
but yeah,
is.
yeah. But still, if you just search Gemma Jewels, it should come up and be the same on X as well. So
Follow
I got to
her
get better. I got to
everywhere.
get better about this stuff. I need to know.
There's so much. I
There
totally get
is.
it. There's literally so much, my friend.
Right. And I have my own merch store too. Um I partnered with Unforgettable Vision. So I post a lot of
Nice.
that. They create anything you want. Koozies, flip-flops, anything. And it's all Gemma Jewels merchandise and it's great. So
Perfect for
please
summertime.
all the links are in bios.
Hmm.
Absolutely. So it's great. I love that company and was super excited that they decided to bring me on. So just got to get a little bit better about promoting it, but it's a full-on Gemma Jewels store. So very excited.
Get those koozies, get those flip-flops. It is
Yeah.
summertime, it's the heat wave. You can drink something that you can lounge by the pool in your Gemma Jewels
Robe,
merch. Yeah,
swimsuit, whatever.
everything.
If I see
Well,
you this weekend, we're gonna take a picture.
absolutely. We're gonna
Yes.
manifest it. I am looking
Well,
forward to Atlanta so much.
yeah, I think you'll really like it. And again, you can't really go wrong with wings in Atlanta.
I
There's
mean,
so
I'm
many
from
places.
Buffalo, so we got wings
Oh
everywhere.
shit. All right,
So
never
yeah,
mind. I'm sorry, excuse my French.
you're good.
Never mind then. I can't even speak to somebody from Buffalo about wings. That's not gonna happen.
That's so funny. That's okay though.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that we have is our wings. So
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Well, Gemma, thank you so much for joining me here today. It's been a pleasure as always.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. And we will talk to you soon.